Hi, I'm Gary White, and I'm here with
Yvonne McNary.
And this is going to be How We Met, where we get to hear how couples met and fell in love. And today, we have a couple that have been together for, well, they've been married going on 34 years this year. And we're going to hear about how they met. So if they will introduce themselves for us, we have...
I am Hal Goode.
I am Mary Lynn.
And so we have Hal and Mary Lynn Goode, who have been married this year. It's going to be 34 years, right?
May 30th.
Yes. Very good.
There you go. I got that much anyway.
Wow.
Thanks for having us on your show. We appreciate it.
Thank you for taking part with us. And seeing you in the anniversary, that's a good sign, right, Mary Lynn?
It is, yes.
So,
you guys started out a few years back, but really, tell us, how did you guys really meet?
Go ahead, Mary Lynn. You go. I talk too much anyway, according
That's
to you.
all right. You
go
sound
ahead.
better than me.
You go ahead and talk about it. No, I'll confirm or deny.
We probably met in the spring of '84 at a local place in Springfield. I mean, in Lebanon. That is no longer there.
Club 68.
Club
So anyway, go ahead. There you go.
so.
It is what it is.
Now, we're going to
Mom
guess
was
that you
on-
guys were of age, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Just like 98% of the others in there.
so Club 68 was known regionally for all the local acts and a lot of the fun stuff that was going on there. So was there anybody, do you remember, was there any kind of famous person performing when you were there? Do you remember?
I think it was one of the local bands. I always liked Midnight Special, the Bobby Lance band.
Buster Brown.
Buster Brown. Do you remember who was there that night?
No, I don't.
Yeah. A lot of things I don't remember about
He
that
doesn't.
night.
I was
You took
the
her breath
DD,
away.
so I was the DD for
Yeah, well,
that
that
night for our
matters,
friends. So
Oh,
But
okay.
it was one of more of the local Louisville bands that was there.
Okay, so Mary Lynn may have the actual accurate story.
probably so.
I would second that. Yeah.
Tell us, how did you meet? What brought you to each other that night?
Go ahead.
He approached me.
See, I didn't remember that. So. Yeah.
Well, what
I
attracted
just came up to you with a
Hal?
bunch of she was with a bunch of her friends, and I was with a bunch of my friends from there in Lebanon, and I just, I just thought she was very attractive and caught my eye, and I just wanted to chat with her, and so we talked. And then I think I met you the next night at the Golden Horseshoe. I said, won't you meet me over for shoes Saturday night? Friday night. So two great monuments there in Lebanon where a lot of folks met. We met there. So.
Now, was that a date, or was that just an accident that you guys actually bumped into each other?
That's how we first met. Yeah,
That
that's how
was,
we met. I think I asked her out on a date. Did I
Well,
call
next
you?
weekend,
Did I
yeah.
call you or something? I think I may have called
Well, that
her.
Saturday night. you asked
Saturday
her
night, I
you
asked
had
her
to
out
go.
if she wanted to go out. So we went out on a date the next weekend, I think.
That was,
And then I know I took her to the St. Catherine Spring Formal. That was early. That was an early date, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, I
But
took
our
her to
first
that.
date was,
First date, I took her to the movies. So
yeah.
okay.
You know what it was?
I do remember what it was.
What movie was it?
I liked all those real like Halloween and all those movies back then. Night of the Living Dead. And so it was Friday the 13th. We went to
What a date,
Bardstown.
right?
And I saw her to see Friday 13th. And now she likes all this Walking Dead stuff that's on TV. I don't even watch that much anymore. So I was a big fan of all that.
So now, Mary Lynn, were you into those horror shows when he asked you out on the date, or did you think this is really weird, or what? What did you think?
No, I was not into them. But I thought, well, if he liked them, why not? So and then I thought he would scare me into going out with him or something the next time. So
I think it was my charm and good looks, to be honest with you. But she never did.
his red
She never
car-
did.
his red
She never
Monte
did
Carlo.
confess to that. So.
So when you first met, you did not know each other at all, right? Okay, because Hal, you're from Washington County originally, right?
That's right. That's right.
And are you from,
Marion.
You're from
I am
Marion.
from Lebanon, yes.
okay, so you were from adjoining counties at the time,
Right.
and neighbors, but you didn't actually know each other until you met that evening, huh?
Mm-mm.
Right.
Yeah, I knew nothing about her.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a fatal attraction. So there it is. I mean, it hit me like a lightning bolt. So
And it's worked out, evidently.
yeah.
It did.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. She's a wonderful gal, and it's worked out really well. And we got 2 great children, and got 2 wonderful grandchildren now that are 7 months old, twins. So we're tickled. Never would have happened if we hadn't got together at the Club 68. So.
Now, when you went out that night, did you have the intention of finding the love of your life, or you just going out to have a good time?
No, did you say to find a Bud Light or the love of my life? That was I couldn't hear you through this.
I think either.
I think it was the first. Yeah, nah, it's just like everybody else. But really, during that period of time, that's where everybody kind of went and hooked up and talked and got to know each other. And even people from Marion and Washington County, we didn't have Facebook or didn't have the texting piece going on. You just kind of no phones. We just kind of went and just met and had fun. And it was all good fun. We really didn't. I don't think.
Well, Mary Lynn, what did your girlfriends think? What did your girlfriends think of Hal? Because nowadays, it depends a lot upon what your girlfriends think.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they all approved. They all approved. they were approved. So
It's good.
Good
even
thing
if
to
they
know.
didn't, I still.
Good thing to know. 36 years later, it's okay.
They still approve, huh?
So
Still approved, yeah.
when you met at the club, then you had to give him your phone number. And back then, it wasn't like a cell phone. You had to actually give your house phone number, I guess, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I called her house
Uh-huh.
that next week. So.
Yeah.
So were you waiting for the phone call? Were you excited?
Yes, I was. Yeah. I mean, at the time he was in Richmond. He was going to EKU. So yeah.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah, I was.
Okay. So it's kind of a little long distance relationship there for a while.
Right.
Yeah, I was pretty much a suitcaser. I came home about every weekend. We did a little farming on my father's farm. That's funny because now we live in the same house that when we first met that I lived in before I went on to college. So we own it now on the farm. So don't own the whole farm, but still here, and that's kind of where we all started.
Well, great.
So he brought you over to Washington County, huh, Maryland?
He did. I never thought I would, but anyway, I am. Die-hard Washington County. But my roots come from Washington County.
How was the transition?
Oh, it wasn't. It was.
Yeah.
I knew my roots were. My grandparents lived in Washington County, so
Okay.
I knew Washington County.
Yeah, she had a strong, still a lot of relatives here in Washington County around the St. Rose area.
Uh-huh.
I was basically the vagabond that traveled to Lebanon to try and, see if I could find a girlfriend.
They all knew what he was like.
I was
over
the
here.
guy. Yeah, I was the guy. I was the
Well,
prospect.
Hal, did you have a hot car at that time?
I did.
He did.
Didn't
It
I?
was not. Yeah, it was.
It was. I don't know if it was a hot car, but it was one I really liked it. It was good.
Was it?
It was a '76 Monte Carlo. It was cherry apple red, 2-door. The doors probably weighed about 800 pounds each. So big doors that they used to have. I had Kragers on it. It was a cool.
Was that one a T-top? That one wasn't a T-top. The other one was.
Yeah, I had a Grand Prix that was a T-top. Yeah, this was.
You're a car guy.
Yeah, I was back then. I would swap them up. Yeah, it didn't matter. But yeah, that red Monte Carlo was one of my favorites. It was a really nice looking car. And then back then we would all spit shine them. I mean, it would be nothing for the chrome wheels, and you pull in a driveway, you're shining them before you pull in. So
Okay.
it was a really nice car.
Cool. So you met at the Club 68, the club in Lebanon, had your first date at the movies, and then how long until you decided to get engaged?
Well, I guess it was
Year and a half.
about a year and a half, almost 2 years. I graduated from college December of 1985, and I think it was that summer because my fall schedule was just to pick up a few hours, like 10 or 12 hours, all I had to pick up to finish up my degree. So we were already thinking. I was thinking first job. Now, did you go to business school then? You didn't until we got married. After we got married. She went to business school.
After Aaron was born.
Yeah, that was like 4 or 5 years after we got married. But we had kind of had that plan too. So that worked out really good.
Okay.
And then so I was just really kind of just getting into the job market and wanted to have a job, and I had a job, and we were married, so it worked out. Yeah, pretty good. Where were you working at then? You at the hospital? She worked at Springview.
Maybe so.
She worked at Springview for a while and a couple other places. So.
Okay. And then where was the wedding?
St. Charles Church in St. Mary's.
Okay.
Catholic church. So.
Was that your parish?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Luke Flanagan was our DJ. Remember Luke Flanagan at Flanagan's TV and appliance?
Yes.
Luke was our DJ there. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a good time. It was a
fun
cool
wedding.
wedding.
It was a fun reception. Wedding. Yeah.
And the honeymoon?
We went to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. Stayed in Pigeon Forge, I think.
There was a guy
surprised me. I didn't know where we were going.
There was a guy in Danville, and he owned Chin Jewelry, Mr. Chin. That's all I knew him, and I had known him, and he picked out a spot down there for us in Pigeon Forge. And early '80s, it was really just kind of getting started down in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. But we got the honeymoon suite at some lodge or something like that. But it was pretty cool. I mean, we went and ate a couple different places. Played hillbilly golf.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
Played hillbilly golf. Then I remember we came back. We broke down in Crab Orchard.
Yeah.
I remember the car broke down. And it's when I think AT&T or
the phones were on strike.
The phone system were on strike.
Sunday,
but Frankie Hutchins,
my
brother-in-law, he come and got us. It was a fan belt, and he fixed it. But we were there for about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
He come and got us on a Sunday. So.
Oh wow.
What a story.
Oh, thank you, Frankie. Hutch. Thanks, Hutch.
Is that jewelry store where you got your rings?
What's that?
Is the jewelry store that recommended Pigeon Forge, is that where you got your rings?
No, I tell you, I was working in Danville. I just got to know this guy. And he was just a very nice gentleman. I think he's since passed. But I mean, just a nice guy. I got to know through business, and we were just chatting, and he said, I always go to this they called them motor lodges or something back then. It was in Pigeon Forge, the motor lodge of Pigeon Forge. We went there. I borrowed my sister's car to drive down there. I remember that. This car broke down. I don't know why I didn't drive my car. Why did we drive down? So anyway, we drove in.
The doors were too heavy.
I had to keep opening the door for her and shut it. You're right. Those heavy doors.
And so you've been married now. It's going to be 36 years this year.
Be 34.
34
years. I'll make sure I wrote it down. 34.
34 years.
We're going to screw that up. Yeah. May 30th of this year.
Now, what are you guys going to do to celebrate this year?
I don't know. I guess
we've been doing for my birthday. And his birthday, we'll probably be home. We'll order something. And
with the COVID-19, we're just, I think we just like to see our grandkids or our kids. If I could do that, that'd be enough for me.
Yeah.
Because everybody else, I mean, we're practicing, we're doing just like everyone else, just the social distancing. And, I'm still working, and Mary Lynn's on a rotation at work, but we'll work and come home and just walk. We've been walking a little bit, but I guess we'll probably watch Ozark on Netflix. I mean, we've been watching that, so we've got hooked on a couple of Netflix things. We don't like a lot of TV that's very similar, but we did like Ozark, and we've been watching it, and we like Breaking Bad. We didn't like it at first, but we don't watch much together. I mean, like now, 34 years ago, I'd have loved The Walking Dead. I should have been the one to come up with that idea. She loves it. I don't even care to watch it.
It's too scary.
Okay. It's okay, but I mean, again, I should have come up with that.
As we're recording this, as you mentioned, we are having the coronavirus and the COVID-19 going across the country, and people are spending a lot more time in their houses. during this. So after 34 years, is that helping the relationship, being to spend all this extra time together?
I don't think it's hurting it. We gotta do our own thing.
Yeah, we do.
She likes to read a lot more than me.
Yeah.
And then, you guys know I like the media piece things if there's things to do. I think, and then, we're probably watching too much TV. I think I am. But I do like watching. I do like, purging on some of these shows.
Uh-huh.
Like we watched this Tiger King too. That's all the top not Netflix ones. We've watched about all of them.
Yeah.
And she didn't like Tiger King, so she didn't like it. I mean, I like there was one on HBO called The Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I like those kind of crazy, kind of redneck shows. I don't care. I'm one of myself, so there it is. But I like those kind of shows. They're
Oh, cool.
You like the other stuff. What's the ones you like? Hallmark Channel or?
Yeah, that Heart of Dixie,
Yeah, she likes,
Virgin River, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Heartland.
Yeah, please. She said, I'll leave the room when that comes on. So. But yeah, I think it's been really good. I mean, we just really kind of fixed up the old home place, so we're doing a few little things with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're kind of just sitting back and just trying to just do like everybody else, wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do our
His
part.
mom, his mom lives with us, so she has her own suite.
Yeah,
stuff,
so she does her own thing.
Mhm.
We'll never say we're taking care of her. She's probably taking care of us. She's pretty entertaining, as a matter of fact. It's kind of like
Good.
somebody said, "What's it like having your mom in your house?" And I go, well, "It's kind of like an app that you get that you're going to use, but you don't really use it all the time. But every now and then, you go to it. It's pretty handy." So I don't know. I compare her to an app.
She doesn't clean for us, and she doesn't cook for us, and
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's
so
kinda
it's not a built-in
It's kind of like Waze.
housekeeper.
You ever heard of the app of Waze? It's one of those directional apps. I don't use it all the time, but every now and then I go to it. Kind of like my mom. She'll come in. Who won on Jeopardy? How's Wheel of Fortune? Okay, see you later. I see her less now than I did when I used to live down the road from her. Her health is good, and that's good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Same thing. We love to see Mary Lynn's mom too. Get a chance to she lives in St. Mary's, so Mary Lynn's got a big family. So this is going through all this is kind of tough for them too. They really get together. Goodes are kind of loners, but the Smiths, they love to get together. So this is pretty tough on them. Don't you think?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, they really like to get together. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get through this pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're hoping so as well.
Yes.
So as well.
How we met is an opportunity for people to share some stories, hear some things they may not have heard before, and we appreciate you sharing your story with us about how you met. Sounds like it started out with a fun evening, and it stayed fun for the last 36 since you met, but 34 years of marriage, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Lynn, she's really been special. She's good. She's been really good to me.
Cool.
Well, listen, happy anniversary coming up.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That's a great idea on the show. I can't wait to share this with everybody. This is good stuff.
Yes, we'll get it out there, and thank you very much for sharing. And happy anniversary, and congratulations on 34 years coming up.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Yvonne. Thanks, Gary.